How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the AFC Wimbledon Road to Glory Career Mode. This is going to be episode number 33 of this series, and this will be the first episode of Season 3. We're not in Season 3 at the moment, but obviously I had to end off the last episode a little bit early. It was going on for a little bit too long, so we are still in Season 2, but in this episode we are going to be starting off Season 3. If you did miss the last episode, I do recommend that you go back and watch it. I'll leave a link in the description down below to the series playlist so that you can go back and watch it. We ended up getting to the FA Cup final. I'll leave the result to you guys to watch from the last episode, but we also ended up finishing first in the league. We ended up finishing on 100 points. And that was a very, very good result. We're going to be in the championship next season. The crazy thing is, we only lost 4 times this season alone in the league, which is pretty crazy. But now we're going to be having a little bit more player training here, hopefully seeing some more growth. I'm trying to train Billy King a little bit more because he's not actually growing currently. But we do see there that Clark has gone up to a 56. Something that I was also told in the last episode, obviously we ended up losing in the final to Manchester United in the FA Cup. If they ended up finishing 5th or higher, then that means that we go into the Europa League for next season. That is pretty crazy. And they did end up finishing 2nd, so they've qualified for the Champions League. And I'm pretty sure that means that we go into the Europa League. We are also going to be having a tad more player training here. And we end up seeing that we, well, get Tunga to a 67 there, which is very good. And we'll have a little look here who's expiring. We've got Danny Bullman. I'm not really too sure if I want to sign him up again. He's just going to be taking up a squad space for next season. We do want to sign a few more players. I think I will let him go at the end of his contract. Kennedy, however, I do want to sign him up, but he wants 2.6 grand a week. That is a lot of money. However, having said that, we did end up getting quite a lot of money from the FA Cup, and that budget is going to reset next season anyway. So I think I will give it to him, even though he doesn't deserve it whatsoever. Certainly not 2.6 grand, maybe 2 grand at the most. But I will give him this contract and hope that he does accept. We are also going to be having a squad report to end off this season. So we will take a little look at the stats as well as the actual, well, growth that we see in their actual stats. So we're looking at their actual stats in game and their stats that they've had in the games they've played. Roy Silva, 51 games, and he's played very well and got 20 clean sheets. Not bad whatsoever. Grown by +1. James Bree up by +3. You can take a little look at their stats and everything if you do want to. Tom Lockyer up by +1. Tom Parks also up by +3. We've got Ben Harrison up by +5, certainly a player that's going to be very big in the future. Jake Reeves up by +3, very, very good all-round development there. We've got Matthew Grimes also growing across the board. And we've got Andy Barkham sadly going down physically. Probably a player that I will sell next season. Pacini up to a 71 overall. Very, very good from him. Henrik Ayama. He's just insane. I mean, 28 goals, 6 assists in 61 games. He played every single one of our games this season. Adam Armstrong also did very well, getting 27 goals. He's grown by +3. We've got Tunga up by +7, which is very good. Not as good as last year where he went up by +15, I think it was. But still very good. We've then got Tyler Walker, who's gone up by +3. Probably will sell him next season. Bailey Cargill there doing well. Billy King up by +2. And we have James Baxendale also growing by +2, which is good. George Francoum, he had a pretty rough time of it this season. He had a massive injury. And sadly, I think I may sell him next season. Akinfenwa retiring. I will be getting his regen next season, so you can look forward to that. And we've also got Joe Sears, who got a cruciate ligament injury. Very, very sad, but still growing well. Dion Clark as well, up by +6. Jacob Hansen up by +4, which is very good. Aaron Chapman only played 3 times. Same with Daniel Ledbitter. Didn't really play too much. Hakeem Araba, a player I will also sell next season. We then have Ross Jenkins up by +3. Obviously a player that we got on a pre-contract and has done very well for himself. Callum Kennedy as well, up by +1. Clark has gone up to a 57 overall from that session. He's just growing very, very well. And I've got a feeling he could be maybe 58, 59 by the end of this season. A monthly scouting update, a couple of them actually. We've got one here from our Spanish scout. We've got Oscar Yara there, who actually looks kind of decent. A youth goalkeeper, 78 to 94 potential. I can't pass up on the opportunity to sign him. So before we end off the season, we're going to take a little look at the league's top scorers. And we do see there that Ayama and Armstrong combined 18 and 22 league goals respectively. That is ridiculous. We are going to have a little look down here if we see any more players. I think it was just Yama and Armstrong, to be honest, scoring all the goals. And then we're going to see the assists. If you do want to see that, then of course feel free to pause the video and do take a little look. Roy Silva won it for clean sheets. He got the most amount of clean sheets in the league, which is good. And now we're going to take a little look at the FA Cup. Look at that. Ayama outscoring Bojan. Also outscoring Cavani, Rooney, and just so many quality players. Even Hazard, it's just ridiculous. Barkham also got the most amount of assists in the FA Cup, which is ridiculous, really. That's very good to see. And that will be the end of that. We're going to be going into the next season. We're going to be going into the Championship now, starting off Season 3. And you look at that there. The board are very, very happy with the way that we've played. We've done really well this season. But now we are in Season 3. We're going to be taking a little look at our inbox first of all. We've got a few emails in our inbox. And we're going to see here the Domestic Cup objective. They want us to reach the round of 32 stage. That is probably doable. The season's budget, I expected it to be fairly big. And to be honest, that's pretty decent actually for a championship team. Especially one that's just been promoted. 2.7 million is very good. For the league objective, they want us to try and finish mid-table. Obviously, we want to try and get promoted first time to the Premier League. So we have a pre-season tournament invite as well. So that's going to be a bit interesting. We'll take a little look at this. And we do see there that we've actually been entered for a few very big ones. But we need to have a little think about this. What's the best one to do? All of them are 3-star. So I guess we should just go for this one. From Norway, I believe. We'll go for this one and we'll enter that pre-season tournament. But we also see we've got a couple of pre-contract arrivals. We've got Navio that's joining the squad, so we'll have a little look at him. And we'll also have a little look at Niko Datkovic as well. That is just insane. We're actually in the Euro League this season. I just can't believe that. We're in the Championship and we're in the Euro League. And they want us to try and reach the knockout stage. To be honest, I'm not really going to take the Euro League seriously. I don't think I should. It's not really a priority. It's not important. The main thing is we want to try and get promoted. But of course, we do want to take a little look at the pre-contract deals. We've got Harry Navio to start off. 69 overall, and at the age of 25, he's looking like a very, very decent player. And of course, we also have Niko Datkovic, a very good-looking centre-back, still only 24 years old. And we definitely got a bargain there. And he also brings a bit of height as well, 6'3". Low high work rates, very, very good for a defender. So now we're going to take a little look at some of the players that I'm looking to sell in this transfer window. We've got quite a few actually, and some of the ones you might be a bit surprised about. We've got Araba on the transfer list. A very, very disappointing player, obviously. I bought him as a bit of fun, really, more than anything. He's the real-life Akinfenwa regen, but certainly doesn't play like it. Francoum is also on the transfer list. He was on there since he wanted more wages. I haven't taken him off. I'll probably keep him on there because he probably will leave the club. Barkham is also going to be leaving the club. Sadly, he's been in good form from last season, but he's going down. It's a real shame, and although he's been a good player for us, it's time for a change. Daniel Ledbitter is a player that I'm not going to be using, so as well as Chapman, they're both going to be transfer listed. And the first player that I am going to make an offer for in this transfer window is going to be Che Adams of Sheffield United. Che Adams has been a player that I've been interested in for a long time, but I haven't been able to afford him. Now that we have a bit of a better budget, I think this guy could be a very good left midfielder for us. And I will go ahead and put in a 200,000 offer plus Andy Barkham. Again, I feel like this guy could be an ideal replacement for Barkham. 23 years old. Very good physical stats as well. Very impressive. And overall, very, very good skill attributes as well. And he has 4-star skills and 4-star weak foot. So I will put in a straight swap deal at Barkham. And I will also offer 700,000. For Ben Chilwell, I'm going to offer Callum Kennedy in a straight swap deal. And then I will also go ahead and offer... So Callum Kennedy's worth about 250,000. So if I offer 500,000... that could be enough to get Ben Chilwell. Gabriel Miranda is someone that I just feel like is getting a bit wasted in the academy. I know you guys are saying that his physical stats can grow if he does stay in the academy, but I feel like I do need to promote him. It just feels like a bit of a waste having him just sitting there in the academy, just not really doing anything. So I will go ahead and give him a contract, and we'll wait and see if he does accept this. I have maintained my status really on Roy Silva. I don't really want to sell him. He's obviously a player that's been here since the beginning, so it would be really tough to let him go. I feel like if they give us £2.5 million, then we're going to be getting a good deal from that one. And we'll have to wait and see what Peterborough do say. Please don't kill me that I promoted Gabriel Miranda. I know it seemed like a bit of a silly decision to make, but I feel like this guy could be a very good player. Still got very good physical stats, even though I've promoted him a little bit early. Might need to work on his stamina, but still very nice. 86 ball control, and he is an exciting prospect. What a talent this guy is going to be. So we have our first game here in the pre-season tournament against Heracles. Probably completely butchered that name, but anyway, we are going to go ahead and sim this one. Got a bit of a weakened side up there. Datkovic and also Navio are making their debuts though. And we end up getting a 2-1 win. It's Reeves and also Walker getting on the score sheet. A very good win for us. Transfer offer again for Roy Silva, this time from MK Dons. Yeah, you know what? You've annoyed me so much in this series so far. You've taken John Swift away from me. But you're not going to be taking Roy Silva. You are not going to be doing this to me. We do have a transfer offer accepted though, and it is going to be for Ben Chilwell. What a bargain this could turn out to be. 800,000, and he's already 69 overall at the age of 20. Pretty ridiculous if you ask me, but we will give him a contract. We'll give him sporadic first team player. Probably won't accept on that, but I don't want to give players too big a roles so that they get a little bit too big for their boots. Transfer offer accepted though for Che Adams, which is very good to see. 500,000 plus Andy Barkham. No squad role specified because I've got a feeling he's not really going to be playing too much. He'll play the odd game here and there, but we've got other players in that position that are going to be ahead of him, such as Ayama and Navio. Currently in the group stage, Nancy are top. They've won their first game, and now we're coming up against them. This is going to be a very big game in the pre-season tournament. We end up getting a 1-1 draw. Armstrong gets on the score sheet. They get a late goal for themselves. And overall, I don't think that's really too much of a bad result. So Ben Chilwell wants a bit of a bigger squad role that I'm currently offering, so I will go ahead and give him a contract again. I offered him sporadic first team player. Clearly he wants to be important. But is he going to be important? Maybe if I don't specify, he will accept it. We'll have to wait and see. We have a contract offer accepted from Che Adams. I'm not going to go ahead and accept this one yet because I'm going to let you guys decide in the comments down below if we should sign him or not. So now we are going to be having the next game in the pre-season tournament against Odds BK. Obviously, they do have Rafik Zakini, a player that I was previously interested in their team. We end up winning 1-0 though, and it's Ayama getting a goal quite late on there in his first start of the season. Very good stuff from him, and it looks like we are going through to the next round of the pre-season tournament. Right, guys, so this is going to be the end of this episode of the AFC Wimbledon Road to Glory Career Mode. And if you have enjoyed this episode of this career mode, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm ending the episode off a little bit early, and that's because I want you guys to get involved with the transfers that we're going to make in this series. We currently have 3.2 million to spend. The positions we're currently looking for is a left midfielder, maybe a new striker as well, definitely a new backup striker, because Tyler Walker really isn't cutting the mustard. Obviously, we are going in for Che Adams as well. I don't know how you guys feel about that. It's almost like a like-for-like replacement for Barkham. 500,000 plus Andy Barkham. Should we sign this guy as well? Let me know in the comments down below what players you think I should sign. But apart from that, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there. And I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.